Welcome back to Disneyland. I'm Professor Toybox. I've got Stitch with me, and today I'm going to build the entrance to Adventureland and the Enchanted Tiki Room, and that's going to go right over here. So first thing we're going to need is some more terrain, and we're going to drop this right in this little corner that we left last time. And I want to line it up with those blocks just like that, and I think that's about the best texture alignment. This way wouldn't work. I'm trying to line it up with the piece next to it. And yeah, either of those will probably work. We'll put it down that way. And then we're going to come up to Building Sets Group 1. And I'm going to begin with these corner Ewok fences. And we're going to begin right up here next to the corner of this piece of plant. That little park corner. And so that piece will go down, and then we're going to put down one of these little 4-post pieces, and then another corner right behind that. So just like that. And let me see, do I want it there? Do I want it there? I think I want it there. That'll work a little bit better. And then we'll put down another one of these right up here. Just like that. And so there's the outer wall for the tiki room. For that little courtyard. And then I'm going to leave a 1-block space. We're going to come down to the blocks drawer. And I'm going to use this piece here. And we're going to put it just like this. And I'm going to style this. If we scroll over to the left, I'm going to style it using this jungle theme. And I'll set that to be my theme. And this will help hide that hole and also give a bit of a background for the room here, so it looks like we're in a jungle. Once we cover this up with trees, it'll look pretty good. So that goes there like that. And then we're going to put another piece out here like that. And I'm going to line this up as if it would be lined up with that building there. And then we're going to put 4 of these across. So just like that. And the next one, let's see, I want to make sure we're on the outside, so I want it that way, not that way. We're going to put this right over here like this. So 1 block in from the left. And then I'm going to put in 3 of these. And again, I'm just framing in the courtyard for the tiki room here. And then I'm going to come over to the right and pick up these tall blocks. This one here. And we're going to set this first one to be just like that. And we're going to do 3 of them across. There we are. Yeah, that'll work. So there's the tiki room, courtyard. Okay, let's go up to the Building Sets Group 1. And I'm going to go to the left. And I'm looking for the little Ewok huts. And here's the one that I'm interested in. I'm going to put this out like this, I think. Yep. And this is going to go such that it's halfway into that block. So it's not lined up with the back edge or the front edge. It's lined up like that. And we're going to go 1 block out. So just like that. And then we're going to come back down to the blocks drawer, and I'm going to build the archway over top of the entrance to Adventureland. And I'm going to use this short support arch for that. And I'm going to change the texture on this in a minute, but we want to line it up with the middle of this. And we're going to put another one over on the side like that. And well, let's change the texture on that later because I got more of these wood pieces to put down. So back up then to Building Sets Group 1. We're going to put this Ewok Village Tree Hut right on the front of this because I don't have a sign for Adventureland on the front of this, but this will kind of take the place of that. So that looks like something you'd see in the jungle. And I like that. And then if we scroll to the left, I'm looking for the treehouse pieces. And we're going to use this tall treehouse roof right on the end of that, like that. And it's the same on either side, so it doesn't really matter. The thing that matters is centering that on this block, just like that. All right, and then we'll come back down to the blocks drawer, and I'm going to come back over to those tall blocks again. We're going to put one on either end of the back of that, and I'm going to build out kind of a little wall here that will serve as a separation for Adventureland and Fantasyland. And we'll do, let's see, 2 more on this side, and then I'm going to switch to these other blocks. These guys, the large block wall, just to save a little bit of memory. And I want to line that up so that it's flush with the block next to it. And I'm going to put down 2 of those and one of these single wide pieces. So now we're done with that texture. So next thing we'll do is come over to this piece, and I'm going to style this. And we're going to change this to be the Plastic Wood 2. And I'll set that to be my theme. We'll also do the one next to it. So there we go. That looks pretty good. And I set that to be my theme because I got 2 more blocks I need to put down as we get a little bit further into this. All right. Now we'll start filling in this courtyard a little bit. So we'll come down to the plants drawer, and I'm going to begin with this Fantasy Terrain 1. And we're going to kind of tuck this in this corner a little bit and move it to half a block to the right. And I'll place that there like that. And I'm going to set the theme on this to be the Pirates theme. Oop, that's indoor. There it is. Pirates Plant Edge. And we'll do it just like that. Yep. Okay. I was just reviewing my screenshot. Sorry about that for the delay. This piece is going to sit right in here, just like that. And I'm going to change this one to be the pirate theme also. So that looks good. All right, and then we're going to put down another piece over here, this Fantasy Terrain 1. We're going to put down another one of these, and I want this sitting 1 block out from those pieces there, because we're going to put some trees behind there. So that one will sit there like that, and we're going to put another one back over here, again about 1 block off of that wall, and 1 block off from the wall on the right. So that one will sit in there like that. Fantasy Terrain Strip 1 will sit in here like this, although I'm going to have to change that texture back temporarily because the bounding box is colliding. So for right now, let's put this one back to Fantasy Terrain 1. And then I should be able to move this one over. Nope. Yeah, it's going to cause a problem. Might have to put it in the other way. Let's move this one back. We'll move this one over. And then, nope, that's still not going to let us place that there. All right, let's do it this way. Because the bounding box on that right now is too wide. If we change it to that, now I can put it there. There we go. And then I'll change this back. So again, this should be the Pirates theme. And I'll leave that piece for right now. Let's put the other one in, this Fantasy Terrain 2. And I want to sit this in right there. That way we won't run into any more bounding box issues here. So now we'll go ahead and set this one to be the pirate theme. And the one next to it to be the pirate theme. There. Yeah, you have to play around with it a little bit sometimes. Okay, let's come back to the blocks drawer, and I'm going to go left to these stairs. And we're going to drop these stairs about half a block back, just like that, and I need 2 of them. And again, that's using the same texture as the archway over there. Over here. And then up to the building sets group 1, and I'm going to pick up this treehouse covered platform. We're going to drop this in right there in front of those stairs, and it doesn't really matter how you orient this. So I think that way is good. And that'll be our tiki room. And then we'll go ahead and plant some more plants around here. So if we go to the left and we come over to the Pirates palm trees, we have this one and we have this taller one. I'm going to drop one back here, about like that, and another smaller one here in front. And then we'll put a line of these across here. And we'll kind of rotate them a little bit so they don't look all identical. And we'll do that all along the perimeter. And if you want to mix in some of these other smaller ones, you can do that. Main thing is, by turning them, it doesn't look like it's the exact same tree, so that's good. So you can really get by with the one. But sometimes it's helpful just to throw a little kink into it. Put something different in there. So there we go. That kind of gives a nice border. And the palm leaves up top soften the edge of the wall back there. And the wall just kind of makes it look like the jungle goes back a little further, and yet provides a barrier so you can't see through it. So that's nice. And then over here, we're going to put in a few other trees. And let me grab my screenshot here. So I want to make sure I put these in the right spot. Yeah, so let's do one here, like this. And then we'll put some of these in. One like that. Like that. Like that. Okay. And then we'll come over here and place another one in this little corner back here. And I'm going to put a row of these across the back. And I'm going to do 6 of them. Okay, so that looks nice. And while we're right here, yeah, let's go ahead and put a few more in over here. I'm going to center one on this block here like that. And maybe we'll use this one for that. We'll put 3 of them across there like that. And then I'm going to come back over here to Fantasy Terrain 1. And we have that weird little hiccup. So for this, we're going to go like that. And we'll put another one over here like that. That's starting to look pretty good. All right, let's go to the decorations drawer next. And here we have these tikis. And there's a row of these I'm going to place across here, and we're going to line them up on the front of that. And it doesn't really matter, I suppose, how you orient these. You can pick whichever ones you want. I'm going to be a little bit particular here and place the ones that I had before in the order that I had them. And I had, let's see, there's this one. That one. And we'll do another one of those. And then I don't really want to see all that empty sky through there, but there's actually a row of buildings that come across here. And so let's go up to Building Sets Group 4, and I'm going to go left to the Pirates buildings. And I'm going to use this building base corner. We're going to line this up like that. And I'm going to put 3 of these across. And then we'll put the taller tower piece in here. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. No, I guess maybe it is that one. There was a different piece that I was using, but I'm not seeing it right now. Well, that'll work. So we'll place that piece there like that. And we'll put some roofs on. And the players should never see the back side of that, so that shouldn't be a problem. We'll come back down to Building Sets Group 3, and I'm going to put down this uneven, this front wall right here. And we're going to put this in, let's see, about like that. And we'll put 2 of those across. And what that is in the actual Disneyland is when you're looking through here and you walk through, if you come down this little walkway back here, that leads to some bathrooms. So, but the line of buildings there provides kind of a nice break, and it looks like that actually goes somewhere and around the corner. But this will all be open back here because I just need to make it look like there's something back there. Okay, couple little more decorations in here. Let's start out here first. So let's go back down to the decorations drawer. I'm going to come left to these tikis, and I'm going to place this green-haired one right out here on the front corner of that. We'll put the brown-haired one like that. That kind of serves as the entrance to the tiki room little area back here. And then down to the plants drawer, I'm going to put down Fantasy Terrain 5. We're going to stick this right in here like this. And I'm going to style this little piece to be, let's see, this one, Jungle Palms. I'll apply that. And actually, I think I want to turn that around so that the flower is facing outward, because I like the look of that better. So that looks really good. The only thing missing are some tikis in here. And I could place some more of these in there, but really, I think I need to talk about my design decision here. So let me come out, and we'll have Stitch just kind of stand out here. And you can look at him while I tell you why I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So for the Enchanted Tiki Room, I didn't build this exactly like the one in the real Disneyland. In that one, you can actually go inside of the building and you can watch a little show, and it's kind of fun. But I could have tried to do that here, but there are some toy box limitations I have to consider. First, the Enchanted Tiki Room pieces are only available in the interior toy box. And that means I need to either build the Enchanted Tiki Room as an interior toy box, or I need to bring those toys out of the interior into this toy box. And either way, I need to have an interior toy box. Second, there's a limit to how many toy boxes you can have in a save file, and that limit is 10. And I didn't mean to go into Spark mode. I wanted to go up to the Gameplay Toys drawer to the toy box door. Now, you can link those 10 toy boxes together however you want, but you can only have 10. And I already know that Disneyland is too big to fit inside one toy box, and so I'm going to have to break this up, because you can see my memory meter over on the right is already over halfway full. So I'm going to have to break this up into multiple toy boxes. So Main Street USA here with the hub and Sleeping Beauty Castle, that's going to be one toy box. I'll need separate toy boxes for Adventureland, Frontierland, Fantasyland, and Tomorrowland, and so I'm already up to 5. I also know that there's going to be some rides that are too large to fit inside those toy boxes, like Small World and Pirates of the Caribbean, and so I'm going to have separate toy boxes for those. So that brings me up to 7. And that means I've only got 3 left, and one of those is going to have to be an interior toy box so that I can get access to those Tiki Room pieces. The third consideration is that it takes a while to load a toy box, so it doesn't make sense for me to dedicate one entire toy box out of those 10 to be a Tiki Room when all you do is go inside and see one room, and then you have to come back out and wait for this Main Street USA toy box to load again. And so for these reasons, I decided to bring the interior toys out. And so I've placed the toy box door over here, and we're going to come into the properties for that. And for the destination, I'm going to do a new toy box. I'm going to do a new interior. And now it's asking for a level name. And that begs this question: what am I ultimately going to do with this interior toy box? I had thought about doing a walkthrough for Sleeping Beauty's castle, where you walk through the rooms in the castle and it tells the story of Sleeping Beauty, but I thought that might be kind of boring for a toy box, it isn't a toy box that I'd want to visit very often, even though I like to do that at the real Disneyland. There aren't very many other attractions that would work as an interior, but I did think of one of them, and that would be the Haunted Mansion. And so that's what I'm going to do for this interior toy box. So I'll type that in as the name for this toy box, just like that, and I'll go ahead and save. And so eventually this interior toy box is going to be our Haunted Mansion, but it will be a while before we get to that. Okay, and that's everything I need here for right now, so I'm going to back out of this. And I've shown you how to do this before to bring the interior toys out into your exterior toy box, but I'm going to do that trick again. So the first thing I'm going to do is save, and then I'm going to go through that toy box door, and I'll meet you on the other side in just a minute. Okay, here we are in the interior, and all I've done so far, I put down a boombox just so I could turn off the music, and I also put down a button and a time delayer. And so we'll come in here to spark mode and hook these up. So for the button, if I can get in here and select it. Yeah, we run into that little bug once in a while. So in the interior, sometimes when you put down Creative toys, it doesn't always let you select and use them. So I put down that button, but it's not letting me select it, which is kind of goofy, but what are you going to do? Sometimes that happens with the very first Creative toy you put down. And so trying to put the second button down over here, and we'll use that one. So on this button, we're going to do a new logic connection. When pressed, we'll come over to the time delayer, and we're going to start a delay. And I'm going to set the delay on the time delayer to 5 seconds. And then we'll do a new logic connection on the time delayer. When the delay is completed, we're going to come over to our toy box door and change the level. And on the properties for the toy box door, I'm going to turn off the require confirmation, and the destination's already the toy box that I want. It's the Disneyland Build toy box, which is my Main Street USA toy box. All right, so to get back there, I am not going to use the door directly. I'm actually going to push the button, and that'll give me 5 seconds to get into the toy box drawers before it automatically kicks me into that level. And this is the glitch that you can use to bring the interior toys out, because if we come up here to the drawer, one of the interior only drawers, like this one for example, these toys are only available in the interior. And same with rugs and windows. And accent and decor are where we find the Tiki Room decorations. And so we've got the Tiki Land masks and the Tiki Room birds. And so this is the drawer that I want to be able to use outside the toy box. But of course, once I go back to the exterior, if I go the normal way through the toy box door, I won't have access to this drawer. However, if we come over here and push the button, and then I open up that toy box editor to that drawer and wait for the door, for the time delayer to kick in and trigger the door, then it's going to remember that that's the drawer that I had selected when we get back out to the exterior toy box. And so I'll push the button, I'll open the toy box editor, and then I wait for the load to trigger, and I'll meet you back out in the other toy box in just a moment. Okay, here we are back in the Main Street USA toy box, and it put me back on the start pad, which is fine. That's expected. Now, as soon as I open the editor, notice we have the interior toy box drawer here with the Tiki Room birds that I wanted. So this is the glitch that you can kind of make use of. And so I'm going to bring these toys over here, And we're going to place the birds. And it doesn't really matter which way we put them, but I'm going to put them right over here off the end of that room. So we'll place those guys there like that. And then right next door are the masks that are also part of the Tiki Room. And let me grab my screenshot here so I put them in the same exact spot that I had them before. So I'm going to place one of them over here like that. And then I'm going to rotate it because we have a different set of masks on the opposite side. And I'll place that one right over here. And then as soon as I exit the editor here, oh, put me back over here. So let's go into Spark mode. And that should we'll come over here. There we go. So there's our decorations. And yeah, this isn't exactly like the Tiki Room in the real Disneyland. I mean, I could try to put in some blocks from the blocks drawer and build a little room instead of using this thing. But that's going to take some extra memory, and I'd rather save that memory for other things. So I'm going to leave the decorations out here. And so it's not quite like the real Disneyland, but we have the decorations. We can come over and see the birds. We can see the tiki masks. So I think that looks good. And with that, the Enchanted Tiki Room is done, as well as the entrance to Adventureland. Next time, I'll build the entrance to Frontierland. In the meantime, I want to let you know that I've compiled a list of all the power discs that you'll need in order to build my complete Disneyland toy box. Some of you have been asking for that list, and I've added it to my blog. If you scroll down on my blog to the list of categories on the right, you'll find it under the Disneyland category, and it'll be listed chronologically right before this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel or follow me on my blog so you don't miss my next video. Thank you for watching, and have a nice weekend.